guys, welcome to Note Kiya Jai, a podcast designed to provide you with tools and tips to help you enhance your life and make progress every single day. Every week, we will try to get you new content, new people, and a lot of amazing ideas that will help you modify your life in for better and greater things. So, today, I have a very special guest, and I'm honored to bring him to you. And the best part is the most amazing conversations that I have ever had, some of them are with him. So I would like to introduce you to Professor Dr. Ananya Mehta. He has been in the field of media and journalism and mass communication for more than 16 plus years. He has guided more than 900 projects in the areas of mass communication, event management, and public relations. He has done events on national and international scale, which is more than 100 plus events. And to be honest, the list goes on and on. And there is a lot of things that I can tell about him, but who better to tell you than Dr. Ananya Mehta himself? Hello, sir.
Thank you, Dwej, for inviting me to this podcast. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm even more happy for the way you have introduced me to your audience. Thank you so much. I'm
Thank
privileged.
you so much, and it actually brings me great pleasure to introduce my audience to a person that I have looked up to for a couple of years, even though that I have known you for at least I guess 1 or 2 years.
Right.
But the conversations that we have actually helped me find out a lot of things about me and especially about the world of communication. And that is the main agenda that I wanted to put forth to the audience that if you want to learn communication, you would have to learn it from an efficient communicator, a person who knows how to communicate. Only that person can teach you how to communicate.
Right. I do agree that communication is the base, and but I would like to put it simply that I just try to be what I am, and I practice what I preach.
And that's something amazing to hear from you. To be honest, it's very humbling to have you here. And first of all, like stripping away all your accolades to begin with, I would like you to tell me who is Ananya Mehta. So we can, like, how would you identify yourself?
Okay, so on personal fronts, I'm a very chilled out kind of a person. Right. Um, in a span of like 42 years, both personally and professionally, I have seen ups and downs. I have seen growths. I have seen falls. So over a period of time, I have become more mature. And there are two simple philosophies that I follow. Nothing lasts forever, and this too shall pass. So I take the life in stride. I face the situations. I be happy. I be merry. What did you have that you fear of? That you fear that you will lose, and what did you lose that you will not get in again? So life is as easy as it is. The more you make it easy, the more it will be easy. The more you make it complex, more it will be difficult. So I take life easy and the way as it comes in.
So keep it simple and keep it flowing.
Absolutely, keep it flowing. That's it.
And that brings me to a very amazing quote that I follow, which is by Albert Einstein, that your life is like a bicycle, and to keep it in motion, to keep it steady, you need to keep it in motion.
Motion. Yeah.
Right. So that's something that even I follow. Now, how did you find your love for being in front of an audience? Because I have known you for quite some time, and I know you have a love for being on stages and organizing big events.
Yeah.
So, how did you find your love for such places?
Yeah, see, basically it runs in the blood.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have a literature background. My grandfather was from the profession fronts. He was into state transport corporations, but he used to write books for Gurjari literature. My dad and mom both are theater artists. I have a theater background as well. So basically, that's how the chance came in, and leadership skills also. I mean, right from the classroom, schooling, etc. I always used to take the charge, and I like to be in the control of the situations, and I like all, and I also like people to do what I say, because I'm more organized in my thoughts. I know what I need to do.
And to be honest, I can see that with the time that I've been with you. To be honest, I always appreciate a simple quality in people, no matter how disorganized your life seems. But a person should be organized mentally. Your actions should be placed in a very clean, crisp, and chronological sequence.
Right, right.
Right. So you cannot just wake up one day and realize that this is going to change in my life, but it's a series of things that has happened over time. So it's
True.
adding on to your experience day after day. So that's one thing I appreciate a lot about you.
Thank you, thank you.
And one more simple question is that what do you think? Like, I've seen you in a lot of uncomfortable situations. Like, you have a media background, and one thing that I want the viewers to know, or especially I want to know, is that how do you disarm a uncomfortable situation? Because communication in a high energy situation, like when two people are angry, when two people are frustrated, they don't actually think about communicating in the right way. Their choice of words, nobody thinks of that. So when you're angry, you just throw everything out.
Right, right.
So common sense is thrown out of the window.
And I have been to that situations.
Yeah.
See, at the start of career, you are young, you have different ideas, and there are ideology differences, there are operational differences, there are strategic differences. There are politics is everywhere. I mean, so office gossips, office politics, sometimes they make you feel vulnerable. Right? You think that you want to contribute, you want to grow, but then you don't get that support. Each and every person who starts his or her career has to undergo at some other point of time. So I was also, I mean, right since my school days, I had been into leadership positions, and I used to command a lot of things. But when I got into the profession, I had people to govern me. Right. So, and that not only that the people were governing me, I didn't have a problem with that. But then there are multiple channels who would, I mean, we have that saying, that the pot is hotter than a tea.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
So it sometimes it becomes frustration. It is frustrating. Then I was very aggressive in that behavior. I mean,
Okay.
I had fights with colleagues also.
Okay.
I had fallouts as well. But over a period of time, what I learned from the industry, from my mentors, that at some point of time, you need to learn to say no. For every single stage, you have a right to put yourself up. And that is how you learn to represent yourself. Same point,
Yeah.
if put it aggressively, may turn into fights and quarrels.
Very true.
But if you put the point which is clear in your mind, you think possibly you may be wrong, but you have a right to put yourself first.
True.
And you represent it in such a way that at least people will hear you and then come up to a possible solution. So what you see now as calm, composed, clear thoughts, I already had clear thoughts what I want to do. But this calm and composed, that my behavior, all you see, what you have seen throughout has come in last, like, say, 12, 13 years. Earlier, I was aggressive. I did events, and you know how events industries and the
it
media
is.
industry
Yes,
was. We
yes.
have to work with grassroots people. We work from the CEOs and corporates to even we have to work with housekeeping and truck
all the way
drivers,
from
everything.
clerical
Yes.
to managerial.
Yeah. So what happens is that you need to communicate with them in their own language.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes you have to abuse, sometimes you have to listen to the abuse, and sometimes you have to act as a catalyst between the two parties.
Yeah.
So that is how I gained my experience, and this is how I've reached to a stage where now, at any point of time, I do not get excited. Even if I get frustrated, I get angry. I think, I represent, I think twice, and then I put forward my point.
Yeah. So I believe the whole concept that you just explained talks about neutrality. So in a situation, in any high energy situation, you should not be excessively happy or excessively sad. You should
True.
keep your head straight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that is how you succumb. You don't succumb to pressure.
Yeah.
Right. Pressure is everywhere. Deadlines are there.
Yeah.
Clients' expectations are there, and some of the clients may have weird expectations.
Yeah.
In our profession, we have stakeholders.
Yeah.
Right. Their expectations also there. So, and there are prospective clients also which you are expecting from the business. So you need to maintain a stand, because one single miscommunication or a wrong message or a word of mouth can completely tarnish the image of your entire business. So it takes
True.
years to create your
Yeah.
own brand as an individual or as an organization, but just a small rumor to entirely break, and it will come down like a pack of cards.
Yeah.
And once, I mean, there is a very good saying in the theory of public opinion is that the image is something like a glass
Yeah.
or a mirror.
Yeah.
If it is cracked, right, it can never be back to its own.
Yeah. Well, there's something that I personally believe is that, especially like coming back to the personal zone and interpersonal relationships, I believe trust is like a china bowl, right? It's very delicate and it can be broken easily,
Right, right.
right? So it can be fixed, but it's gonna take time to get back to its original shape. It will never be the same,
True.
right? But
True, true.
there will be cracks, but it can be fixed. It can be glued together. So I personally believe that once trust broken might be fixed, twice harder, thrice, and as far you
Yeah,
go
as far
with
as
it,
it goes, then the
and at
chances becomes,
yeah,
yeah, there's minimum.
so
Right, true, true.
you at some point you'll reach a point that it cannot be fixed, and there is a theory in psychology as well. And if you have heard of the book "Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck" by Mark Manson, it's an amazing book, and he talks about this concept that there is two rules to any relationship and trust is that first, if trust broken because of
Hmm.
the habit needs to be changed.
Right,
So the habit that causes the loss of trust, that needs to be changed. But to fix the trust and get it back to its peak condition, you need to keep that habit for a prolonged period of time.
right, true, true.
So unless and until these two conditions are met, like trust does not go back together. Now, coming back to the whole idea of communication between people. So, what is that one thing that you come across in youngsters that you feel that they are making a huge mistake communication wise? Because I have a lot of viewpoints about it, but I would like to hear from you. Like, what is one thing that you feel has changed throughout the time from your days to my days to the coming generation? What is the difference in communication now?
Um, Exposure and overconfidence.
True, true, true.
Right. See, when we were young,
Yeah,
right, we were naturally exposed to the gradualities of life.
yeah,
There was a natural progression.
mm-hmm.
So in my house, we just had a radio.
Yeah,
Then came black and white TV.
yeah,
Then came color TV.
yeah,
Right. Then we moved on. Then this came in cable connection.
yeah,
Right. Then we moved on gradually to 29 inches big televisions,
yeah,
which was at that point of time. Then we moved on to LCD. Then we moved on to HD readies. And today I have a smart television at my
yeah,
house, which is a 65 inch.
yeah,
Right. So we had this natural progression because we have seen the transition.
yeah,
If you talk of the younger generation, or maybe say 8, 9 or 10 years
yeah,
kids generation, they have easy access to information.
yeah,
When I was studying, when I did my post graduation, my graduation, we were a regular to
yeah.
libraries. Right. Also, in our days, Orkut was just launched.
Lost. Yeah,
Right. And we are of that generation where we could connect and send out the messages. In fact, I just gave a message today to the students through a
mm-hmm.
video that some of the best learning habits of the technologies or
Yeah,
social media platforms like Snapchat or Instagram or some of the features of Facebook,
yeah,
I have been taught by my students.
yeah,
Right. So what have happened is that because the information access
yeah,
is easily available to a 5-year-old kid who can access an phone,
yeah,
because he will just go to open YouTube and learn videos. Right. Today, my son has taught me few important operations of iPhone which I don't know. I
that's
mean
amazing.
that. So he's just 9 years old. I mean, through
I
his,
have met him and he is such an energetic kid,
yeah.
and
So
I'm
so that is
amazed.
so that is where. But what has happened is because of this,
Yeah,
there is an overconfidence that I know everything.
yeah,
Right.
true.
And this is one of the major drawbacks of this. I mean, I would not
Yeah,
generalize it, but it's not a major disadvantage, but I would say it's an area of concern. And it
yeah,
is tremendously playing on the mindsets, leading to various negative consequences, also leading to suicide. So when you know that you have everything, we have this call of FOMOs, right?
yeah.
Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. Yeah,
Right. This is what the generation is feeling because they think that if I don't know, if 5 people are knowing about
yeah,
what Rosode mein kaun tha, and if I don't know what is Rosode mein kaun tha, I am lost.
Exactly.
Right, if I don't get 250 likes at what my friend is, I people will not accept me. Now this
Yeah.
exposure has led to overconfidence and also to a fear of missing out.
Yeah.
This is where the miscommunication happens. Life is simple. You close down your phone for half an hour, the world is not going to go anywhere.
Exactly. So I think that, the biggest problem with media is that it has made people very materialistic,
People were materialistic.
but it has just
What
enhanced it to a whole new level.
I will not say media.
Yeah.
The usage of social media has
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
put them vulnerable to the information needs which
Yeah.
are unnecessary. At 2:30 a.m. at night, you are scrolling through Facebook. What is going to happen? I don't understand.
I mean, I couldn't have put it better. Like, I completely agree to that. I have a 12-year-old brother. He just got into gaming. He would sit till like 2, 3 o'clock at night, playing games, talking to friends. And I just wonder, like, when I was young, like, sitting on a computer for more than 1 hour was practically a no go zone. It was no fly zone. You don't go there.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the thing is, see, there is nothing wrong, right?
Yeah.
Technology
Nothing's
is,
wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
that there is technology is advanced,
Yeah.
right? People adapt to it. They
Yes.
do advance.
Yeah.
I also binge watch shows like Money
Yeah.
Heist on Netflix
Yeah.
and Asur and Patalok and everything. Binge
Yeah.
watch means I sit at night and complete in the morning.
Exactly.
But suppose I was watching Special Ops, say for just for example, I missed out on 2 3 episodes,
Yeah.
right? I could not watch it for next 4 months or so, or 1 month or so. I don't think it is going
Yeah.
to make any difference.
It,
If I get
yeah.
time, I watch it. If I don't get, I just continue with it. So that's, but the current generation does not understand that. I mean, they think that you have to be with the others too, and this is basically, this is materialistic thing.
Yeah.
To showcase what you are not is
Mm-hmm.
materialistic.
Exactly. Now it leads to kids forming a false image. So there is a very strict psychological concept which we talk about a lot, which is a self-image that we have created for us, right?
Right, right.
So the biggest error is that kids nowadays are trying to portray something they're not, right? Which can have a benefit and a disadvantage. Now,
True.
let's just say that as a kid, I always felt that I felt more confident going on stage if I acted like Michael Jackson. Why not? The best, like one of the greatest pop stars of all time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now the thing that has changed with the kids is that they are trying to be something that they think will impress others instead of thinking that what will serve them better. So there's a lot of things that concern me about this. But what do you think that what's more important to form a self-image? A person's exposure to society, a proper way to communicate, or introspecting? Because I personally feel introspecting is like one thing that has kept me going all this time.
Simple.
Okay.
And this is from my own experience.
Mm-hmm.
Self belief
Yeah.
and self esteem. Those are the only two things which makes you go ahead.
Amazing.
Even if you if 10 people are saying that things are wrong, you
Yeah.
believe that what you are right. Possibly it may be wrong, but there is no harm in trying it out. So believe in what you do.
Yeah.
Right. This is what I have followed. I have faced lots
Simple,
of, yeah,
progressive
I have
mentality.
faced a lots of controversies and criticisms
Mm-hmm.
all throughout while into leadership, and this is a part and parcel. It's an occupational hazard, right?
Yeah.
One cannot run away with it. But what you do, because then what you have to do is, from your own self belief, people are resistant to change.
Yeah.
You think, that is where at the very start I told there is a clarity of thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have an action plan of action which you are going to put forward, channelize it properly, have belief in yourself that what you are doing is true, and this will bring in the results.
Yeah.
Think of pros and cons. So that is where it is. And self esteem.
Yeah.
See, all of us are blessed with different body, different tone, different
Yeah.
structures, different skin colors,
Yeah.
different ethnicities, etc., different nationalisms. Each one of us should believe what we are and accept what we are. So even if 10 people are fat shaming you or slut shaming you or whatever it is, you know what you are, right?
Yeah.
You can carry the world along with you. Only thing is
True.
that there are people who will laugh at you because they don't know what is your value. Who will value yourself? If you want to earn respect for yourself, you have to command yourself.
True. So, sir, what's that one story that you feel is dark archives that people have said or done? Not going in depth about it, but I would like to know a story that you feel that had a major impact and that was something negative that happened with you, or you perceive it as something negative.
Something which had an impact on my life.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Positive, negative,
yeah,
anyway.
well, both positives. There are many things. I have had some great mentors, and I
Yeah,
have some good industry
yeah,
friends. I have good friends who are from different political parties and different political ideologies as well.
yeah.
I have made a balance with all of them, so that is
Lovely.
okay because I feel that it's more of friendship which works rather than ideologies.
Yeah,
As far as the dark sides are concerned, which had a major impact.
yeah,
I would like to tell you this. At the start of my career,
yeah.
I had a job loss.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what we see today in the industry is that the youngsters start feeling burnout.
Mm-hmm.
I also was at that threshold of life where I was not knowing as to what needs to be done. I mean,
Yeah,
although having gone through the master's course, I wanted to pursue career in radio or in theater because I come from the theater background. But then I switched to public relations because that is what I could connect well, events and
yeah,
everything. So that's how I shaped my ideas. At the start of the career, I mean, into academics without naming the position where I was or with the organization that I was. Although it was an ad hoc position, which is it is based on certain contracts and certain terms. Having the contract being renewed, in 15 days of the time, I got to know that the job is no more because it's a self-finance institution and also there was some political stunt behind it.
yeah,
But I accepted with the grace because I thought that is not the end of the world. But what I did is right from the beginning. See, touchwood, I have been blessed with a silver spoon. Right,
yeah,
my grandfather was a person who, when he was born,
yeah,
he did not have a father. So whatever he created for himself, his image, the property,
yeah,
the name for himself, was what he did through. And he inculcated those values in my father and in my uncle. That has been transferred to us directly.
yeah.
So one thing that I learned was that right from 10th, right,
Mm-hmm.
I have been working
Yeah,
in different stages of life. So
yeah.
I acted in theaters from where I used to get 10 rupees and 15 rupees and
Mm-hmm.
25 rupees. I used to get 100 rupees, 500 rupees also.
Yeah,
I did bhavais, which is the folk form of Gujarat.
yeah,
I did some tuitions when I was in graduation. I did 10th and 12th tuitions. Forget that. We are talking of this lane
yeah,
where your studio is.
yeah,
We have this VNM studio in the opposite adjacent lane,
yeah,
and beyond that there is a petrol pump where we had Khana Khazana as a restaurant long back.
yeah.
I have worked there as a captain in shifts. Right.
Wow.
I have also worked. There was at that time where we have a new central bus stand. There was an old office there, and they were selling out some door-to-door products. So in 44 degrees heat, wearing rubber shoes, I have walked on the high tension roads. So at that time, Baroda was new to me,
Yeah,
and I have made a door-to-door selling as well. So after this, having a 18,000 rupees job in 2001,
yeah,
2001, 2002, right? And by doing so, I learned that the more you get into the details, it is just simple. If it is you who have to create a path for yourself.
yeah,
Had I not worked for 6 months, I would have sat home across and I would have easily done it. I would have gone into depression possibly, or maybe my father could have easily handled me for one more than a year or so. All right,
yeah,
all those things were there. But I thought, let us do something which is there. So doing something again and again that keeps my thoughts energy. And so today also, right, what I do is apart from teaching or leading the
yeah.
institute, what I do is I go and I cook. That's my yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I have
that's
seen
my
that a lot
yeah.
on your pages.
So cooking has been my
Yeah,
passion. I still go for some theater readings,
yeah,
although I don't act now because now the new generation has come in. So
yeah,
we do train them. So these are the things. At some point of time on Saturday evenings, I just sit across at like 11:30 a.m. and listen to old songs or listen to music. So I have my own ways of rejuvenating, and that keeps me going on. So from darker side to positive side, this is a story.
that's amazing. And to be honest, I'm just trying to absorb each and every lesson that you have like actually passed on because to be honest, there's a lot of things that has happened. Like just knowing you or just knowing this story can actually, teach a simple thing that I'll share a takeaway that I have is that if you need to be something in life or if you need to be positive in life, if you need to become something,
Yeah.
you have to keep moving.
True, absolutely. Stagnancy keeps you.
Stagnancy keeps you up.
Stagnancy will keep you into depression.
Yeah.
Stagnancy will have a negative impact on
Yeah.
your body. It will have a negative impact on your mindset. You will become your personality will change. and that may also lead to violent behaviors. Now, these are
Yeah.
psychological effects. So the
Effects.
best thing is keep your mind occupied. Even
Yeah.
if you are doing something,
Yeah.
do not look. See the time. That is why I told you at the start that this too shall pass, and
Yeah.
nothing lasts forever.
Yeah.
Right? Everything has a time period. If you have like it's like life is like a product life cycle.
Yeah.
Right, and that is why it is called a product life cycle. You start from zero, you move to the top. It takes time for you to top, and then there can be a sudden slump also, and there can be a gradual slump as well.
Yeah.
So it is how, and then again there can be a rise. Right, so it's like bell curve which goes on. So how well, whether you want to roll at that point of time or whether you want to hold back and gradually move forward to think where you are going to be
Yeah.
ahead, will help you actually to move in life. That's what I have learned and I've practiced.
Yeah. And your birthday is 3rd March.
Right.
And I had this I heard this amazing speech from Les Brown, one of the people I look up to. His friend, he actually was born on 4th March and he became a speaker. And there's this one line he always said that in life, no matter what you do, always march 4th.
Yeah, true.
And there's something that I wrote listening to that was that if God wanted us to look back and walk, He would have given us eyes on the back of our
Back of it, right.
heads.
True.
So the simple agenda is to make progress. You have to keep looking forward. Your hands are in front so you can do good to others and perhaps achieve your true potential by actually practicing it over and over again. A river does not cut through a mountain because it's strong. It cuts through the mountain because it's persistent. So it's always
Yes,
about
yes.
persistence, and that's what I've like seen or listening to your story. That's the
And
whole
where does
point.
persistence come from? Self belief.
Self belief, exactly. So at the end of the day, it's all about how you connect your mind and body. It's mind
Absolutely.
body connection. Simply, your mind. If your mind can go there, your body can follow.
Each and every person in life will have goods, and each and every person will have bads. Right?
Yeah.
It is at a good time, it is how you handle it. In the bad times, how you carry yourself. Those are the two things which matters.
Okay. So since we are like running a little on time, I want to do this again as well. So I have a very simple question. What is one thing that, or one highlight moment, or anything that you believe you're proud of?
What I believe I'm proud of
Yeah, one thing that you're proud of at this point in time.
at this point in time.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I have been very proud of myself because on all the occasions where I have joined the department, I have made them grow. Wherever there are 3 to 4 departments where I joined in, and they were at a starting stage, and by putting in my own efforts, I've been able to. And this is professionally I'm talking about. And there are a lot of students. I mean, one more important thing is there is one student of mine
Yeah.
from the previous batches
Yeah.
that without revealing much of the identity and much of the thing, it was like a spoiled brat kind of a student, and we had tough time in managing him. Today, after a small incident which happened, some disciplinary recommendations happened. Uh, it made him turn 360 degrees, and today that guy is somewhere heading the corporate communications for the multinational corporations, and it's the country head.
And it's amazing
Yeah.
because
So
I
yeah. So
think that would
that's
make
yeah.
you very proud as a teacher
Yeah.
as well.
Absolutely. I'm very proud of it, and not only that. I mean, I didn't expect the students to. I mean, we have this Guru Shishya Parampara where we
Yeah.
do touch the feet.
Yeah.
Right. Never expected to that happen. But till date, I mean, whenever we meet, I mean, we just meet sometimes, possibly five. The last time we met was somewhere in 2013. But at that time, he already had a child.
Yeah.
Right, he had developed himself. We have met at Vibrant Gujarat when we were handling that, and he touched my feet and said, "Sir, it was like if you hadn't told me about what things to be done, right, I would have not reached at this position." And there are various students. I'm in
I
touch
think
with
you
my
can
students.
include
Yeah.
me in that list as well.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. So since 2004, no, I know each and every student of mine, and they where they are, what they are doing. I mean, we are recording this on Teachers' Day.
Yeah.
I'm flooded with messages since
Yeah.
last evening. Right, 00 hours. So each and every student I've helped them, and that's
Yeah.
a so it's not that I have done anything. It is just that I have been able to connect with my student as a mentor.
And
That's
yeah.
very proud of
And
that I
that's
can
that's
say.
one thing that I feel very happy to
Thank
see
you.
because um, there's a lot of things about a teacher that we do not appreciate, but
True, true.
one skill that I have seen in every good teacher or every amazing person who has taught me something is that to the core, they are a human. And
Absolutely.
they don't believe in imparting knowledge, they believe in touching the human that they are talking to, their soul.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's one thing that comes across
That's
to me
what the
with you as
value of
well.
teacher is, right? That is
Yeah,
why a teacher is called a friend, a philosopher, and a guide.
yeah,
Because the basic values of society you learn from the school,
yes,
right? The basic values of professionalism you learn from higher education institutes.
yes,
Right? Social systems are there to support.
yeah.
That's where the role of an educational system and a teacher comes into play.
And that's amazing. I'm just trying to take all of that in.
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
now,
Yep.
what is that one book you would like to recommend to listeners right now?
I would like each and every person to read my experiments with the truth of Mahatma Gandhi.
Wow.
Re- Just read that book, and you will see the difference in your life.
Yeah. And
The-
to be honest, I've come across that book, but now, like, I think I should read that now since you are
Absolutely, my
recommending it.
experiments with the truth. Maybe some would say, and there have been rounds that the book have been overemphasized, or but it's a good book to read.
Yeah.
Right. Read that.
Yeah.
And what I also follow, I mean, just because we have a wide audience, but I would like to quote Oh My God's scene of
Yeah.
Akshay Kumar,
Yeah.
where he asked Paresh Rawal to go through the books of all the religions, that is the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, and the
And
Holy
Quran.
Quran.
Yeah.
Right. So, to each and every member who's following different faith, just try to go through your own roots from where we have come from. I
Yeah.
have read Bhagavad Gita twice. I keep still reading it, and there are a lot of things which we get to learn from them.
Yeah.
Whether we practice it or not, it's a different story. Whether we believe it or not, it's a different story. But even for the sake of, you just go through those pictorial things, you will learn. And believe me, that there is definitely going to be some new insight which you can use it in your life, and that will keep negativities away. Just to
Yeah.
keep that negative, because whatever we hear is that because of a stress, a
Mm-hmm.
person has killed himself, hanged himself, drank petrol, or taken sedatives and cut down the life. That cutting down the life is easy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can do it, but not getting affected with that.
Yeah.
Right. How to engage? We can never gauge into any person's mind.
Yeah.
What the problems, tensions that may be going in through it. But just to pull you through that, if you have a positive outlook, if you
Yeah.
that will actually self motivate you.
Like, coming along the lines of suicide, there's something that I have shared a lot with in a couple of seminars, and I still stand strong to it. Is the fact that the thought that you want to die to yourself, that you want to end this problem, is not wrong. It's okay, but the key factor is the method you go about it. That changes the whole scenario. So it's not a physical death you're looking for. It's a ego death. It's a mental death you're looking for, because ego, according to psychology, is how you perceive yourself. So a lot of troubles in life that happen in that point in time are because of your personality at that point in time. So this current version of you needs to be discarded, so a better version of you can be born. So it's more about along the lines that a mental death, and you need to die multiple times, not once, not twice. Every scenario will change you in a way. It chips away that ego from you, and you become a better person by every experience.
It's not the ego,
Yeah.
right? It's the fear of judgment.
Yeah. True, 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 true.
How I am being perceived
Yes.
by the audience. We don't think of our own self.
Yeah.
We think how people are going to think of it. Just see, there is a thin line of demarcation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Abdul Kalam Azad,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, Abdul Kalam ji said once that if it doesn't mind, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter,
True.
right? So why to take it on mind? Let people think about that. That is, log apna kaam karenge.
Life
आप
is too
आपका
short to
करो,
take
yeah,
seriously.
that thing. No, seriousness is required because
Yeah.
yeah, you need to have a path, right? You need to have money,
Yeah.
right? You need to have goals, but not too seriously.
Exactly.
Right,
So
it should not be
not excessive.
in Gujarati what we say, no, કે બંધ બેસતી પાઘડી નહીં પહેરી લેવાની.
Exactly.
That is what we say, કે bhai, for every situation there are possible solutions.
Yeah.
Right, and the biggest thing, see, there is a spiral of silence theory that the communication teaches.
Yeah.
It says that What does this theory talk about? That people with minority of opinions in the
Mm-hmm.
majority of the group. When we are talking of minority, it's not the religious
Mm-hmm.
minorities or
Mm-hmm.
communities. We are talking of a group, and we are talking of the opinions that are there within
Yeah.
that group. So today in a class, for example, teachers only,
Yeah.
a student may have a question.
Yeah.
The class is from 12:45 to 1:45, and it's
Mm-hmm.
lunch time.
Yeah.
Right? What will happen? At 1:45, you ask a class, then you want to ask a question. People want to run away. People are bored. They want to have lunch, and
They
if you
won't
ask
ask
them,
anything.
and there will be conflict. So people will ask. So then what will happen is that because I fear isolation,
Yeah.
I'm fearing that people may move, keep me out of the group. I remain silent, and therefore
Yeah.
the voices are not heard, which creates frustration.
True.
Right? People, we think that people judge us.
Hmm.
People will judge us. They will judge us always. Right? Why to fear?
And exactly on the contrast to it is the Dunning-Kruger effect, where people who live in small rooms, who have very, they practically live in echo chambers, hanging out with the same sort of people, with the same set of group all the time. So I believe that when you have a lot of exposure around you, it allows you to expand your mentality, and then you can connect with more people. Now that, like, just like we say it in Hindi, saar zindagi ka, right? So the whole
Yes,
point
point.
of life and the whole zest is the fact that you get to touch as many lives as possible before your time runs out.
Absolutely, yes, and that is what our roles are.
Yeah,
See, it is how you can impact the people,
true, true, true,
not
true.
the other way around. You don't get impacted by the people. You can have role models,
Yeah.
move them on their path, right?
So, who is your role model on that note?
Sir, I, from the philosophical point of view,
Yeah,
I follow a lot of Swami Vivekananda,
yeah, amazing,
Chanakya. I
beautiful.
read a lot of Chanakya Nitis as well. And if you see the sports personalities that I wear, it was definitely MSD as of
Yeah,
now, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. A lot of qualities of mine are
and
matching
to
with
be
it.
honest, I've always noticed that it's not necessary to have a single mentor
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a person you follow. It's always a lot of people. Not you. You can never say that I like if you go into a shopping mall, you cannot say I'm gonna buy this one dish and that's gonna be enough. I'm gonna buy this one product and it's gonna suffice all my needs. So there is no one fixed solution for everything. So why not pick up multiple skills from multiple people,
Yeah, yeah,
whoever you
read
come across?
and see. It is upon you what you want to subscribe to. There are good things, there are bad
Yeah,
things. All right, what you want to subscribe is upon you.
exactly. This has been amazing chat. Just
Ye-
like, and I would actually like to do it again, and perhaps on a talk or on a walk, coffee,
Absolutely,
anywhere. And I
absolutely.
enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very nice conversation. I mean,
Uh, and I always say this that you cannot make deep bonds over shallow talk.
true. You
And
need to have a stimulation.
exactly,
You need to have an intellectual stimulation
exactly,
to get things. And
exactly.
sometimes, right, believe me, there is this concept of KISS.
Yeah.
Keep it short and
So
simple.
simple. Yeah.
Right. So some of the complex problems that you have simple solutions.
Exactly. Your life will be as simple as you want it to be.
Anywhere,
Anywhere.
and also, right, assertiveness is the key.
Assertive.
You cannot be passive. You cannot be
Exactly.
aggressive.
And
Assertiveness.
there is a very fine line that people actually, forget
Yeah.
and they would
Yes.
just go over.
Yes.
So sometimes people will
Yeah,
be
this
hurtful.
philosophical talks and the audience will say, what of the why this Gyan is butterflying with us, but
But
that's
I
just
believe that's like the things that I actually appreciate about talks, because at the end of the day, you can impart as much knowledge as you want. You can impart as much information as you want. But true wisdom, actually, the core subject that was first born was philosophy. Every other
absolutely
subject
yes,
is
yes,
taken out of it. So at the end of the day, it comes down to such talks. And I believe if a person has a keen eye and observation skill, well trained enough, will pick
yes,
up on
yes.
the skills and change his lives. And that's the whole objective
Yeah,
of this
and that is why,
podcast.
to be on a lighter note, if you go to one of my Facebook profile
Yeah.
photos, I already have a caption that
Yeah.
I am a philosophy. I'm saying it for my own self. I am a
Okay.
philosophy. To understand me, follow me.
Yeah, that is amazing. Ah, so this has been very insightful, and I hope that each and every listener of this episode takes away at least one
Yeah, of course.
keynote and one key insight that they can apply in their life, and that will help them change their life for better or
Possibly,
worse.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Let's hope for the
Let's
best.
hope for the best.
And we all are going through turbulent times of
Yeah.
the global pandemic, and it's better that we all stay connected.
Yeah.
The more we stay united, the more are the chances of we passing
Triumphing
out
over
through
this.
this
Yeah. Triumphing
times.
over this.
Yes.
So this has been us with Professor Dr. Ananya Mehta, and it has been a great communication and a great talk, a deep, insightful conversation with him. So I hope that each and every listener watching it, listening to it, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, anywhere, at any given point in time, I hope you get at least one note that you can take from this, and you can say, "Note kiya jaye."
Yes, absolutely. And before we end, I always believe in this quote, right? And
Yeah.
you may even have heard me in my previous
Yeah.
talks. This is the very strong belief of the poem that I always tell to my students, that standing at the foot, boys, and note kiya jai, right?
Yeah.
Note kiya jai to the audience. I'm writing you this. Standing at the foot, boys, gazing at the sky. How can you get up, boys, if you never try? Thank you. Stay safe. And thank you for giving me this opportunity,
Thank
Divesh.
you so
It was
much.
a fabulous conversation. God bless you, and may you have all the
Thank
success
you so
to you and your
much.
team. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
inviting
much.
me.
And this would be us for this episode, and we will be connected. We will be coming back with more content and more insightful topics, which will help you stimulate your mind and grow.